if I'm not plowing it for the township, I'm blowing it or I'm shoveling it. I'm seeing a lot of snow this winter. We have got probably an average snowfall up here, a normal winter up here right now. More snow than last winter. So I just got done blowing the snow this morning. We're going to go for a little rip on the sled, and we're going to do a little average snow-based depth here in the bush. I want to see what the deer are walking through on their little trails. I want to see exactly on average how much snow we got. But I'll tell you who's booming right now is tourism in town. All the lodging, all these motels, all these restaurants. If you go in town right now, I can hear them because I've got an OFC trail behind my property on Crown land. So that would be 3,300 to the back of my property, and then probably another 2,000, so 5,000 feet back, we'll say, almost a mile back. A snowmobile trail crosses the property back there, and I can hear them on Highway 533 on the logging road back in here just hauling ass, and I can hear them back here. And there's a lot of snowmobiles out. Anyway, these motels and all the service industry in this small town up here in northeastern Ontario, they are booming. I mean, there's trucks and trailers in all these motels. Everybody's eating in the restaurants. And it's a stellar winter for snowmobiling up here in northeast Ontario. We've got a lot of snow. And I'm going to do a little base check. I'm going to grab the Tundra. We'll Scooby on back. And I want to check these deer feeders too. And see what's going on back there at these feeders. We'll have a little look this morning. It's probably 10:30 in the morning. All right, so it's snowing again. It's snowing again, just slightly. So let's do a little snow check here. This is just an average random spot, nothing special, and we'll have a little look. So we're standing on the snowmobile trail, as you guys can tell. It's all packed here. And this is what the deer walk on for the path of least resistance. They come up the driveway. They use this to go to the feeder. There's trails in the bush that they walk on through the snow. They make their own. But let's just do a random snow check and see where we are. Okay, that's pretty much to the ground right there. So that's where we are on this piece of hard maple right there. And I went and I grabbed the measuring tape. So let's do a little measure. And we'll do a couple spots on where we are. And there we are. Where my thumb is, that is where we are for our average snow depth out here. And it pretty much falls right in at 27 inches. So about 27 inches, and then we'll go in the bush and we'll see what's in there. But we're averaging in the yard, which I figured about 28 inches. We are about 27 inches right now of accumulated snow. And we've had a meltdown too in there, a couple meltdowns, but we just had one the other day too. But on average right now in the yard, 27 inches. All right, we're back here at these deer feeders, and you can tell, look at the ground. You can see all the indents of last night's deer coming in here with that bit of snow on top of it. And they're in here, and they're in here quite a bit. And look here, look at that little deer trail right there. They come in and out of there, and they always walk the same trail to the best of their ability anyway, to conserve energy. And if you look there, that's all little hay cubes. I bought a bag of hay cubes, little hay cubes, And I just sprinkle a few of those around too, man, for anybody that wants to eat it. The rabbits, lots of snowshoe hares. And the deer nibble on them, but they don't seem to be terribly fond of them. So let's do a little look at how much snow we got in the bush up here. Right now I'm walking on a hard packed trail, no problem. Okay, let's have a little look over here. So if you look at what these deer are breaking through when they're looking for food, that could be in the high spot. That says 31 inches. So let's do another one over here. We'll try and stay out of the brush. Yeah, so it's pretty much about the same. 27 inches roughly. About 27 inches. So I think we can say confidently, we got about 27 inches of snow as a base down here, and the accumulation just keeps coming on top of it. So you figure 27 inches of snow, well over 2 feet, and those deer have to make their way in and out of the bush from their bedding grounds to the feeder and back. And it's a tough go. These deer don't run around needlessly now. They just go and feed, and then they'll bed down, and they'll keep an eye out for the wolves, because those wolves will run them same trails. So let's go for a rip now, and we'll go for a quick tootle through the bush, and we'll go check out this beaver pond. As you guys can tell, right now we're sitting on an old dried out beaver pond. As I said before, I got a couple of these, and they've been probably dry for 25 years, I would think now, between 20 and 25 years. But anyway, the reason these ponds are dry is because one of them let go. I don't know if it was this big boy here or the one on higher ground that feeds this. And lo and behold, when they let go, they went northbound, and that water went down the mountain through the creek, and it hit my road, and it washed out the road. And I mean, that whole mountain road, it washed the culvert, it washed everything out up there apparently, and took the road out for quite a few days, they said. And so hence, when that beaver dam broke, that was the end of the life for the beavers, because what they did have left for water, I'm sure they sent trappers in here and they trapped the shit out of them. They got rid of all the beavers, and then probably knocked the dam down with machinery up here on the north end, and probably drained everything. And that was the end of this pond. So hence, that's why you see all these cedars. If you look, you'll see cedars, and you'll see pines growing along the edge and everything. But this was once a thriving little beaver, big beaver pond in here, and I can only imagine how good the duck hunting and moose hunting and everything was good in here, because those beavers, man, they're nature's engineers, like they say. And when you create a beaver pond, people think it's a menace, a lot of them. Not me. When you got a beaver pond, they bring everything. Once you get that water in here, everything comes here, including all the aquatic species and everything. It would be nice. I would love to have this flooded again as a beaver pond. It would be awesome. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you look straight ahead on this trail, you'll see the mountainside go up right there. And we're going to climb that up down the trail, and we're going to get out of this bowl. Right now we're in the bottom, lowest part of the land here around this moose swamp, and we're just skirting the bottom of the mountainside all the way along between me and my neighbor. I've got part of the mountainside and the lower land, and he's got the top of the mountainside across and down into his lower land. There's a huge mountain ridge between us two neighbors, and it's just loaded with big mature pine and hemlock up on top of that mountain. It's quite nice up there. Okay, you can see the top of that ridge all the way around, way up on top of there, full of hemlock up there. And we own pretty much right to the top of that ridge on this property. 3,300 feet long, and pretty much right to the top of that ridge up there. Okay, so right here in this spot on the crest of this hill, on this mountainside, right here, in through here, and you can see we're going downhill. You can see my tree stand up there, the faint red strap on my tree stand. But I figure if I was to put, and there's where we just came from, you can see that mountainside going up right there. If I was to put a cabin in the woods, I think I would put it right here in this clearing here, or right around in here somewhere. I think this would be a good area if a fella wanted to put a cabin in. Right in here, somewhere in there would be a nice cabin with a wood stove in it, right back in here. And it's just a nice quiet area up here. So yeah, this is one of the nicer spots. Great place to come back and put a little cabin, if you were going to build a cabin. So I was going to hook the snowmobile sled on before I went for this little bush tour and check the feeders. But then I realized all that rain we had the other night, I can't even come close to lifting this sled up now. It's full of rain, it's full of ice and firewood, hard maple, and it weighs a ton. I'm going to have to get the tractor, flip that over, and just take her out as one solid ice cube and start fresh. Because I wanted to pack the trails down today, and that's what I use. That sled full of firewood works premium, but that's just too much. Okay, you guys, I thought I'd take you on a quick trip around that woodlot. I wanted to check those feeders and show you exactly how much snow we got here. We got a substantial amount, and it just keeps coming with a stellar winter for snowmobiling. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.